morning, folks. It's 7:38 a.m. on the 29th day, 11th month, 2022. Excuse me a moment, turn this fan off. I should learn to do that ahead of time. And my mic don't pick up too well while I'm doing that, but that's okay. I'd rather not have that buzzing in your ears if you got your headphones on. I'll run my regular heater. It's freaking cold this morning here in England. Hey, what the hell is that big adverty thing coming up? I don't like that. This is my YouTube channel, by the way. I'll show you. Right. This is my channel. I don't always post on Facebook. I have Rumble. I have BitChute. I have them all. I'm going to go for the comments. Have I not started this yet? Where's the... Oh, that's a different one. I'm going to give you guys a link to it. Right? So here's a link to that. Wasn't that just so much fun? And it's loaded with goodies. And if you go on it, well, I hope it stays up now. You hit on like, let's say, I go my channel, and I go to my videos here. You'll see lots of content, and it goes back a long time. I've been doing this a very long time. This is an old channel. I changed it when I had another one when I was in Oz, and so I switched over. You know, if I say you're fucked, you're fucked. And here's some of the proofs of the storms that I predicted since February. All of them, including the original Lismars. It's all right here. This is all your evidence right here. That's easily publicly shareable to people that hate me. I'm just going to say it, Jake. You guys hate me. I ain't done nothing wrong but tell you the truth. But that's okay. Haters going to... No, really. You act like it. The messages even I get every morning, the first thing I see. It's because people want to defend somebody that I didn't like. And I showed you why. I was questioning their integrity because I keep things honest. And this is where you'll find all that. Here's where you'll find that cloud seeding is not the same thing as geoengineering. And I'm going to give you a link to that because it's not. You guys were saying cloud seeding. And I put this out a couple months ago because I was getting tired of it. You have that guy, that senator, asking for proof for something. He's using the wrong words. He's saying seeding, and that's incorrect. And I even pointed it out here. He doesn't talk to me, you know. I am available to be talked to. He can comment on these live feeds. If he gave a shit, he would. Same with the Hanson puppet. And I think she's a puppet. She got the truckers to stop striking. After they drove all the way over there and used their petrol. Don't go home after an hour. No, block all the lanes, man. Make the change happen. Why are you leaving them open? I said. They said it's something about leaving lanes to the hospital. I said, isn't the hospital what caused all this shit? Oh, they're lying? Yeah, that's right. Now I'm going to go to your forecast. I wanted you to know about it. I do have a channel. Don't get me started on the lies. I don't like lying. I can't stand it. I can't. And you can come here and you can find even some of my songs I've done and all sorts. I got no playlists. I don't really do things. I don't do the shorts. I don't understand how to do half the tech things that other people can do on these channels. And it is not monetized. Okay? So hopefully you don't get no bunches of commercials busting your balls the whole time. Forcing you to buy a subscription to YouTube not to see that, right? This is how that goes down, so I choose not to. That's the one where you had that big, where I warned you get your arcs. Yeah, I've done this a long time, I told you this. I got lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. That was the big funky clouds you have, and I show it above, below. I got ones where I go over documents on here to show all the pros. The day the sun went black. That was an interesting one. I've never seen that before. I got so many documentations of your beams, and it's always the same glitches doing the same thing. So you'll start to learn what you need to know. And it's not always about Australia either. I do cover other parts of the world. I could do Spanish pretty well. If once I study up my few key words again, I get it right back. Yeah, catalytic, in other words, putting catalysts in the atmosphere. The El Grande, when me refuting them saying that it's an El Nino and that is being caused by electromagnetic frequency, and I show you some devices and some programs that are in place in Australia. This is where I warned them of the half a meter of rain, and they got it. Right? Don't you tell me I'm not accurate. Don't tell me I ain't been doing this for a little while. and that I don't give a fuck. I've starved my ass off for you people, and I'm going to go get a job. That's one reason I'm up real early this morning. I miss talking with people. I miss working. So I'm going to go do that. And because the abuse I get for you people ain't worth it. And well, in all fairness, you can't you pay your rent with a thank you. And when you went after my business, right, of selling jewelry, that's when I have to go out and get a job. Right? You took my ability to do this away. Never. I'll just do it in hours that are not convenient to you. And I'm not answering all your chemtrail questions. If I'm having a 5-minute break, I guarantee John Sal's going to get that 5 minutes. Look at that big beam right here, Western Australia, right? And I very accurately predict these totals by looking at these rivers of moisture like that. Now I'm just telling you, I've got a channel. If you want information, go get it. Setting up a flooding event 6 months ago. Starting to sound familiar? Heads up Brisbane. Again, you go on down and you'll see where I predicted the Lismores. Well ahead of time. And if I can do this, your Bureau of Morons should be able to do this. Okay? Granted, I study weather. I read books and stuff. Science comes from people besides us at university. Usually it's the ones at universities that meet with somebody and steal the idea. Because somebody sitting under the apple tree supposedly got hit in the head. I don't think that happened that way. Right? Look at this beam here, eh? Right? So don't tell me that it ain't being done. So that's that. I'm not going to give a big touting. Right? So Brissie is about to cop it. So if I go to the accumulations I seen this morning, you expect this to move south. Because now they're telling Lismore, hi. Remember the nothing the Bureau of Morons told you was going to get? Yeah, well, there's your 10 centimeters I told you was coming. And more. Expect that total to rise. Because of the tendril that's sitting out here, can come in there. And the wind blowing is going to have an effect as well of how far inland things blow. And well, when it comes to things blowing, wow, all you got to do is look here. Everybody goes, why don't you come to Australia? I said, don't you read what's going on here? I hear what you guys say. Yeah, why don't you come? You don't think Queensland is going to be safe? You got Anastasia in power. She's going to do a Dan on your ass. She's still pushing the lie. Everybody in the world's walking around with no mask on. She's talking about red light, green light game. Feeling squidded yet? You guys getting squid gamed. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm watching it from here. Yeah, I'm warning you. And back up this way here over, I'll give you your 24s because this is important. Right? You're getting heavies. And you get heavies all night. I don't know exactly what totals you got up here near Agnes Water, but I have a feeling somebody watching here is about to type that in for me. Because I got you guys watching your own backs, getting our own data to see exactly what's happening. And it's hitting right offshore. So, like I said, wind-blown rain, surf, tides are going to be a huge factor with the inland close to shoreline flooding. And what's raging down your way over the next 10 days is not nice. Not nice at all. That's just what GFS says. Look at EMF says. The EMF. Exactly. They throw their initials in our face, don't they? They give a fucking shit about what. Yeah. We'll come up with some clever anagrams, but at the end of the day, the icon that matters is you. And be like, do something iconic for yourself today. Look at how much water is out here, okay? That can be pushed in with one EMF move. I don't think they're honest with us about forecasts. It's another reason I made sure I came on here as early as possible. And I'm going to do my determinants live. I've had enough of the abuse. I'm going to go to work. Since you guys don't want me to sell jewelry anymore. And the system took away my ability to be next to my 1,700 bucks that I could sell. Yeah, go ahead and call me a grifter for grafting. Right? This is called graft. You think you could come on here twice a day, anybody else, and do this determining with accuracy? I welcome you to, so I can go cover somewhere else. Right? I can feel that my decade is over. That I have done more. I've been chained to the oar longer. I have not broken. You see these numbers? I'm moving around for a reason, so you can see just how bad Agnes is she going to get. And she's going to be very bad. Right? In between here and there, you got more. You know, you're getting another batch of the same. Alright? She ain't ending. The ever-ending story. Whoa, 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 whoa. The never-ending chem bomb story must end. It must fucking end. I'm gonna try to lift my vibe here, because this is hard. Right, you guys are being killed. Here's sickness mix over the top of you. The deployment over to UK was so acidic last night. I was coughing up so terribly after only being outside for about 10 minutes in the mist. I don't have any litmus paper, but I invite you to take that stuff you would check the pH of your urine with and get it hanging on a clothesline, on a closed peg. And what color is it in the morning? You don't have to touch it. I want to get a pH reading of the mist and the morning dews that are blowing by you, especially near the ocean. I need to know the sulfate content, and it's going to give me a good idea. All right? If you guys can do that, that's pretty simple. I hear you can make litmus paper out of lemon juice and paper, but I'm not sure how. But you can get that at the drugstore. The P-checking strips. You might even have some in a cabinet somewhere. Some people don't check their pH, because that's important, because you're a battery, you know. You are. Your body has to have certain things in it to make the electrical system work properly. No electrical system, no heartbeat, right? So we got to take care of these things. I had a big bomb go off here, and then an EMF blast nucleated it. Watch, forced it upstream. I'm going to go backwards on that. See if we can do the back and forth. And no, we're going to disagree about things, so we should do it respectfully. Add the following words into your vocabulary. Please elaborate on why you say what you did. Why did you put that meme up, Robert? Why do you feel this way? And I will tell you. Please don't go straight to disrespect to me. And I won't fire you straight off. I'll inform you that you're a bit out of line. And then I get on with life, right? And it's okay to apologize if you was wrong. If your information is constantly wrong to me for years, I call you a disinformation agent, because you've never fact-checked your own self and realized what the truth is. You came in here to expose the truth, but yeah, you yourself don't use the same criteria you used to on your information, because you think you know so much. Well, I never know so much that I don't have to fact-check things. And I still do it. I ain't got time to fact-check all you people. You look at that square deployment right there. Right, this area's about to have big problems. Okay, you're right in an outflow boundary right now. So even today, when that comes across, you're going to have a hell of a wind line. Hell of a wind line's going to proceed in front of that. Look at this come across right here. And this happened about 51 minutes ago, to be precise. See that deployment? Well, this isn't as accurate as it should be. It must have took me a while to do my determinants. Let me go grab another couple of frames on this. Let's have it. Do we deserve to know the truth? All you get is a freaking looks like Legos marching across the floor as your weather forecast pictures these days, and they're not accurate. It's not street level radar like it should be, like was sold to us, where we would be able to see exactly when this storm was coming down our street. This should load pretty quick. It's only the last few frames that are needed. Hello, Stanthorpe. That's where I thought. Yeah, I thought this was around the corridor right here. Here's your trough. This is where the cold air is going to sink, and that's what's going to fuck you. It's going to fuck you hard. And you don't like my swearing. Tough fucking shit. I don't like being told what to do. Have you ever asked me, Robert, do you have any disabilities that might make you swear? Yeah, I do. It's called, I see the guilt too much. I called, boom, 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 go the plumes over the top of you between St. George and Gundawindy and the Rough. And he watches the chem bomb sailing across the nation. Contamination of the nation via the chem bombinators. It's just going to get clearer. Sadly. Sadly, it's going to be clearer. Let's get another image. Let's just roll that beautiful bean footage and let it go. Just do this. Don't like what I did. Back in. That's a little trick with them. And it freezes. Just zoom out and back in. And it tells it to do it again. And turn off some of the names. Less data. There we go. And here it comes. The creeping death. And at the very end, another bomb goes off in that square over out here. Look, watch. Right at the very end. I knew I needed to grab a couple frames. Right at the end. Another bomb goes off inside that mass. Centered inside that massive square cloud. Is there a radar station there? Is somebody glitching you? Grafting, perhaps? Alright, let's see. Let's go, luck. I never load this one first. If I load this one first, my feed shuts down. I have learned to just look at it briefly and go. Hey, Ray Grafting, what you doing? This is the gilter. It's either this one or the neighbor. Is she? Oh, yeah, she's frying. Look. Bzz. Let's see if we can get her on at 512. What's the neighbor doing? Alright, Brissie, you're frying like fuck. Look at the outflow they're making to feed the storm. Some moving from over here as well as frying. You're a fryer on over here. The fryer's on over there. What's next door? What are you doing? Wonk. Didn't know. I see if I do it. Oh, you pulsating up here into this mess, going into Queensland. So that's gonna divide the lines of storms. See how they staggered it? Boom, 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 boom. That's gonna split the storms and cause them to rotate. You are in for a bad day because of that. Look at this blast. Pow! Boy, that's got a long reach, doesn't it? That is a blast, man. That's a far beam, right? And it's helping to fuel this storm. It's going to cause the eddies. If you looked at this thing like it was pointed at you, there's a cone around. It's going to cause various eddies and vortexes, depending upon how fast and what the frequency rate they're pulsing at. It might be microns of a second, very nanoseconds, if you will, of pulsations to cause various effects, and it's going to cause a vortex like that as it cuts a path through the air, just like a missile suddenly went by. And its heated effects have great weather manipulation values. And if they have a laser there, it's a whole new ball game. And you'll have to look into that. It's mighty circular there. Rod, are you pointed over here? Yeah, I know some devices that are being deployed. Hang on, let's look. Yeah, they ain't gonna let you see that one. So sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, would you look at the gelt? Oh my god, that's a blast. Yeah, storm's always in a circle. Though that at the edge of the range of the radar circle, they very often don't show more. But there's an overlap here they should be showing. So something's been left out. Okay, that would explain that. Okay, if you're seeing that now, it's because that one radar station is on, and there's other ones that are off, and are not overlapping to give you the rest of the image. That's what I'm going to say about that. Okay, let's think logical first. Because when it comes to going full retard, I skip that part. You know, if you're going to be a good person, you're going to go megatard, right? Don't do anything half-assed. Go megatard. Yeah. And I don't mean like a disability. Don't ever bully people for that around me either. You'll get very quickly corrected. Yeah, watch my higher self show up with that behavior. Hey, is this one off too? You stupid boys. They try to hide this shit. You cannot hide your lies from my fucking eyes. Don't you lie to me, motherfuckies. See, there's a gate over here at Government House. It's called Gate B. And you should go down there and assert your rights and inform your government to disband Parliament and do it again. Hashtag exposed to 28. It's also about doing that. Yeah, go assert your rights. Film yourself demanding your rights be upheld. Even though the corporation had cooed your country a while ago. Coo! Or should we say the owl? Hoo! The WHO, the owl has arrived. And the Moluccan skies from the Moluccas are busy today with the triangle over grafting. Guilty grafting is at it again. When the booming and the pluming right there, the cat's paw, the plotch, the streamers of the Happy New Year going down the bridge. See my point? What do your eyes see? That's the question you have to ask now. Don't think about television. And also think this. You might be saying to yourself, that's absurd. Nobody would do that. Well, let's say hypothetically to yourself, this was being done. Would you want it to be done? You tell one this right now. Would you want that to be done over this ocean? Would you want to fall out of this toxifying the water? Do you want acids to come into contact with coral? Will it bleach it? Only you could answer that question. I know it will. And dissolve it and give off gases that are not healthy. Gases in the water that the fish have to breathe. And that's fucked up. If we know in advance that that might happen, why are we doing it? Why is this being allowed? Because you don't hashtag exposed to 28 and go down there and demand it. Back in the old days, it was pitchforks and torches, and people didn't sit on their porches and just keep taking it. There's only so much for the better good you could do before you realize it's doing you and everybody else no good. It's like the Joker right there. Those that sell the harm are selling the cure. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom in formation right there. Well, as I ask, why? Do they spray our skies when every day on beaches I watch fish die? They murder us from chem bombs every hour of the day. They treat us just like the children and make us wanna go away each day. It's not fair. I only want to breathe clean air. I want to see deep blue skies up there. It has to be so. We all must say no, 'cause it's why. Why do when I look up to the sky do I cry? I scream that the color's on and watching whales die. It's going on every day. And we can't allow them to murder us every hour of the day. Don't ever go quiet into your dark night. And never, ever, ever plead guilty when you're innocent. And right now, you're innocent. And you have been gassed. You are being toxified. Air. I can't breathe. There's too much water. We're toxified water. And I love water. It's beautiful. I bless all this water. It's not fair how it's condensating on a toxin that's going to kill people. It's not the water's fault. When the chem bombs fly and creatures die, I will never, ever be silent. So here's your ad today. This is so hard to do every day. Just look at it. You noticing anything yet? Look to the east. Did you see the move? They made a funnel. Right? Look at the move. They've made a funnel. And they've used boom, boom, boom pulsations to send 1, 2, 3, 4 waves of energy out in the environment. Now, is it showing? Did you see the move? I see the move. It's happening right up here. That's the next sock they're going to squeeze, and it's going to come through in waves, and everything in its path is going to get a flood. That's a lot of water. That's I don't want that no more. You got problems coming out there. That's a pulsation move. So we'll be watching that closely. It usually takes 5 days for to get that set up. And I have a feeling in 5 days is going to be where you are. Where did they give it? Who gets it? Fiji gets it a bit. They deserve it, actually. They've been beaming storms that have ended up in Australia far too often. While they hide the truth. You know, you're Sunday the 4th, you're fucked again. Fubar. And they got it moving down south more like where I think it's going. So let's add the two together and you might get the truth. Oh, boy, that's a heavy lightning show. Hey, everybody, anybody stupid people should go fly a kite in it. It'll be very enlightening. Now, don't do that. That's stupid. You know, when I was a kid, the cartoon didn't say don't do this at home when they were blowing firecrackers off in their hand. Nowadays, you got people sticking them up their bum while there's a warning label on them. You got warning labels on hand dryers telling you don't take a shit in them. And I'd be thinking, who did it? No masturbating at work. Who did it? How come they're still working there? Why you need that sign? Because your world is full of wankers and they're in denial. You're in denial. If you tell lies too often and your truth is not true, you'll become disinformation agent by definition. And if you don't want that label, start getting apologetic. Get your integrity back, please. Otherwise, other people are going to call you out, and I'm going to share trigger memes just to see who the fuck doesn't know how to ask Robert, why do you say those things? Yeah, I tested people. It was a test. And I went, because I could prove that one. Yeah, ask me why I say stuff next time. You can't cunt a cunt by being a cunt. Man, I gotta have the Irish side of my family has to be the cunty McCunts. County McCunt. And we'll cork your ass up. Right? I loved Ireland. That was a very, very, very special visit. I got to walk through a fairy wood, man. That was so cool. And it had little doors and trees and stuff with things in them that looked like gnomes. And you never knew what you was going to see around every corner. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was very cool, actually. Look at the storm popping up. Look, Wednesday. A curve of storms. Could it be a chemtrail happening? Could an EMF blast be sending something your way? Boy, you got a lot of air. So where would you drive to get out of that? You won't, so don't go. Get to where you're going and stay. Get to that government house and say it's too wet for me to safely drive away. I would be against the law. Bust your balls with their own law. Smack them with the law book, man. Give them a paper cut with that shit. You rip out the page of that one that says it's illegal and you cut yourself through the system with it. Yeah, really. You know, words are one of the most powerful things in the world. But words without action are powerless. Are you an activist? Do you call yourself that? Well, pronounce it different. Are you an active fist? Well, I'm an activist. And I've been that way a long time. Feel like a rock'em sock'em robot someday, and you guys want to spar with me. Sometimes I don't feel like having a battle of wits with unarmed people. I just don't. Look at that tendril there on your first of the month. Did I say you were going to get it on your first? I fucking did. And if I could give you an accurate forecast like that, how come the Bureau of Morons don't? Because they're in on some kind of a fucking agenda, land grab, obviously, and Anastasia's about to put you to sleep again. When you bang your pots and pans for your own presser. I'm sorry, the prisoner of Alcatraz only banged his tin can on the wall to communicate with the others at a protest. He wasn't banging that son of a bitch because he loved the warden. Don't love your warden so much. That's called Stockholm Syndrome. Well, Patty Hearst, look into that. And Hearst was a media mogul. You don't think that was a false flag to villainize terrorism and the PLO? You ain't seen the full picture yet. The Hearst family. This right? Do you see it yet? Feel you Stockholmed about the Stockholm? Well, don't wait for them to Dresden your ass. As the deployment of chem bombs here streamed across this part of the world. What are we getting there? Nukies there? Are they nuki? Yeah, Evan's head. Evan's head is covered in lice here. The lousy skies. It's lousy weather. Lousy. And then the EMF it apart, blows past this way. So whatever was deployed for was purely for the purpose of wave propagation. So, yeah, aluminum, barium, strontium fit that bill nicely. Aluminum is great for stripping electrons off to make plasmas. Yeah, it's very easy to do. Put some metal in the microwave and look, that bzz, bzz, bzz sound, and that you see it in that blue flash, that's plasma. Yeah, there's a couple ways you could do plasma experiments with a microwave safely, but I don't recommend you do it inside the house. The stupid is as stupid does, and if you're gonna do that, please film it. Why? Because stupid loves to see others stupid, don't it? Stupid loves company. Would you say there's a beam pointed straight out here, and that's why there's no cloud? My God, look at this shit. I'd say so. Boom! Straight into a wall of energy. Have a square down on the low deck. This is still curved up top. That square is coming from underneath it. Boy, somebody on the ground's probably got a great picture of that. I want to see it. I want to see it. Show me, show me, show me. And get a picture of the whole thing. It's really dramatic. Zoom back. Wipe your camera lens first so you people go, oh, God, an orb. See him? Right there. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom. Plumes on his stick. That is not the shamrock. That's the your fox shamrock. My God, it's so blatantly obvious the geoengineering these days. I've just showed you your totals. I've just showed you the fuckery of it all. And I don't know how much more it is today I can do. I'll come back on tonight and update some more. What you want long term? How long? How long you want? Right, so as of the 8th, the pressure's looking like this. Oh, we got 2 dancers inside the window here. Okay, we got an impassable flow. We got a 2 difference of a tick, which should just be another circle around here. So they're creating a cold bubble of chem here on that particular day. On that particular day, this will be already been in place. And even the water evaporating could create that much of a low. It's not that far off the 14s. Oh, it's about to get interesting. Got the side bubble, so this can fight this way. This one's turning this way. He's trying to shear the up and half. You're about to have a clear shot from Antarctica across your country on this day. This is a bad thing. If they heat this up, this blocks, that shoves. If this bubbles to the top of this, which is more likely to happen, because as this is naturally going to try to pinch south, when those two connect and they heat that with a double high here, you'll see that around that time. A double high will appear here up in probably about the 1028 range. Being done by that station there, or this one here where my middle finger's pointing. Then you got that same setup with a total high block underneath you. Tropical pump, and we just saw the wedge shifting 5 tendrils of big moisture up through the tropical corridor where the Venturi effects of these islands can move it in various directions. Come on, man. There are more highs on this map than Snoop Dogg's yard at a barbecue. Look at that. This is mean atmospheric pressure. 1014 in the green. There's 1 tick above, shouldn't even have an isobar. And it's high mountains. It should be a lower pressure anyhow, because you're up in the air. Yeah, there's formulas for that. You'll look into Boyle's laws on gases and Charles's laws on gases, and you'll start understanding a little bit of some of the stuff that's in my head. And learn about flows of viscous fluids, like automatic transmissions. That would be a good example of that. Yeah. The mechanics out there. So you go get them, Rod. Show them how the stator locks up. I will at some point. I'll show you how a viscous fluid or something with in the water that makes it a certain viscosity or thickness under certain temperatures can cause the fluid on the top and the bottom to rotate in the same direction at the same time if you spin one of them properly enough. You could put something in the middle of them that'll lock the two together, and that can be done with frequency very easily, or another viscous fluid. So there you have that. I just went technical on your ass. Now prove my science wrong on that. Okay, they never go after my science. They'll pick my words apart. So I'm happy about that. That means I still get an A on the test. And I still play well with others. And some people have forgotten that lesson in life. Remember, the truth serves no one. It does not give a shit about Robert Deutsch's opinion or yours. It just is. Snakes on a plane was more believable because I've seen films coming out of snakes coming out of cabin, where people's luggage goes. Snakes in your fucking reservoir, cobra venom. You didn't check that shit. You spread lies. If you apologize to anybody saying, "Hi, I got duped," that's okay. Hey, won't be fooled again. And you gain respect. And well, That's what I got to say about that. Because, boy, did you guys slag me off for putting up a meme. That was a trigger post. And I can prove all that stuff on there. Every bit of it. And it was not true, and it did not happen. But what's happening here, and they saying it on that day is, boy, are you guys getting this set up for a fuck. You're going to get fucked hard, deep, and long. The molds that are about to pop out after these storms come through here on the 3rd, it's going to get bad. They give you a couple sunny days. Some of the stuff you see in the air. Oh, that's not good. Looking a bit cyclonic there. You're getting a high colonic salonic there. What's going on? The high cyclonic went right up the old caster. Okay, now. Nah, there ain't enough. There ain't enough dynamics around that to spin that. Double high, though. Uh-oh, Lord Howe speaks. Lord Howe speaks. It is an island that's exceedingly guilty. Exceedingly guilty. So, right, I think I have done enough. Oh, my God. Yeah, you're fucked. It's setting up probably about another week of bad weather. And with a flow like this, you'll get one little one in a corner that'll drive up and over. Usual suspect to drive the cold up and in to the center. You'll expect some sandstorms headed that way. So you'll get your green sunsets and your deep reds. You can expect the glitchy stains here have to go hard. Have to go hard once that comes in. So, say about that day. So Tuesday the 6th, they're going to go hard, shut your radars off. You got to shove that across the country. Tazzy, how you doing there? That means they've changed the flow. So this is going to start to move through, and you're going to have some bad weather. That's a suppressor read. Yeah, sudden flow right over the top of you. So all this is going to now take that from this side, bring it up and over the top like that. So it cools it off first. So different layers of the atmosphere are going to have different ices in them. So your ice going to get some hails that day. Do you get any new snows? Are they got anything weird happening? Oh, my God. Wow, that's a very high mountain, some of these. But this is any new snows? Yeah. Okay, well, we know that now. That just happened. How's the penis particles looking that day? We very windy. Oh, wind. How's the winds that day? So everything just keeps coming back to you. It's like karma, isn't it? And let's see, these islands here cause a bit of drag on the flow, which is made a secondary low for him. You know, kind of like a wing does. But it's the drag of the, it's causing more chaotic flow on the edges. Turbulent flow. I should use that word. But I got a square predicted here, so you're going to get an EMF blast. You know, when I know there's going to be a square, we got to confront this shit squarely. And with the booms and the plums, you got to choose what you want to do. Remember, the truth don't serve no one. It just is. And we got to confront the honesty. Because honesty is under attack. I see that clearly. And, well, I'd rather die an honest man than live the life of a lie. Big love. Peace.